How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a shorter video today. We're just going to be talking about some things going on in the sports world. Kind of just to catch up. We haven't really done anything sports related in the channel since I think our first podcast, honestly.
That
To be
actually video never saw the light of day.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. I mean, to be fair, there isn't really much happening since sports has been canceled for the past 3-4 months, but things are starting to become interesting again. And well, we're gonna kind of kick it off with what I think is kind of the most impactful news to have come out in the last 24 hours. Cam Newton has been signed to the Patriots. It's a 1-year deal, incentive ridden. I believe it's 1.05 million guaranteed, up to 7.5 million dollars.
He says I believe,
What are
but he
your
doesn't have it written down.
I don't have it written down, actually.
So you're
That's
reading
all
off
off the
of your
dome.
arm. Sure. Okay. What
No,
was your
I mean, I
question,
could
sir?
show you what I have written. It literally only says the talking points. Cam Newton to the Patriots, all right? We're not that scripted.
But
My question, how do you feel about this deal? What was your reaction when you heard Cam Newton to the Patriots?
when I heard Cam Newton to the Patriots, I was like, "Huh, that's cool." I wasn't really excited about it. I really don't. Doesn't really tickle my fancy. I mean, it's a win-win for the Patriots. They're not spending a lot of money. If it doesn't work out, they can cut them and absolutely lose $0 and 0 cents.
Yeah,
So it's good for them.
It's
Um,
super cheap contract.
it's.
I mean,
We'll see
I
what they
think
do
it's
with
also
the.
good for Cam.
Yeah, I mean, good for
It
Cam.
gives him it gives him a chance to prove himself, show that he can still be a top 5 quarterback. We'll see what ends up happening.
I mean,
Whether or not those.
well, they're gonna have to change up all the offensive schemes. The big problem with us last year was the offensive line, and to my knowledge, we didn't do anything to fix that. So
Well,
you're gonna have a injury prone quarterback with a not so good offensive line. Granted, they'll have another year together if that even cohesively will work with them, but I don't know. But
I believe we had 2 injured linemen. I say we as I'm on the Patriots had 2 injured offensive linemen. One was because of the blood clots. I forget who it was. I think it was Joe Turney.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
But he should be clear to start playing this season again. And he's a great offensive lineman. I believe their offensive line is going to be a lot stronger. Also, the fact that Cam is a dual threat poses a problem for a lot of defenses. Now, because of like the emergence of Lamar Jackson and things like that, defenses are going to start kind of targeting those dual threat quarterbacks even more than they have. But I think it's going to be a different look for the Patriots, definitely.
It is. And once again,
I mean, it's exciting.
I guess. It's exciting.
I mean, it's still not 100% that he has the starting job. He does have to compete for the starting job with
Jarrett Stidham.
Jared Stidham and Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer just.
So it's it's not. It's a win-win situation for the Patriots, and it's a chance for Cam Newton to prove himself.
Yeah.
That's all I see it as.
Yeah, it's really nothing more than that. Once again, the Patriots they lack weapons, and we lost a lot of players on the defensive side of the football as well in free agency.
I feel like the Patriots have kept a lot of key players when it comes to defense.
Other than Dante Hightower and wow, I forgot the best
We have
cornerback
both
in the
McCourty
league.
James and what you said?
I forgot the best corner.
Gilly.
Stephon Gilmore. There we go. Other than those two and Devin McCourty, his brother is washed at this point.
His brother has done some work.
Name one,
especially
thing
this last. Well, in the Super Bowl.
What did he do in the Super Bowl?
He had that.
Super Bowl was 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, he's been on the team for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm saying he's washed at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was injured for the
Injuries
second half
lead to washedness. Hence Cam Newton. But
we'll see how that goes.
I don't. Well, if McDaniels can make it work, he can make it work. But
it's definitely going to be completely different offense, a different look.
I mean, and once again, like I said, we lost people on the defense side of football. We have zero weapons still, unless
Well,
N'Keal Harry
again,
becomes Randy Moss in the next season, which he's
that's
not.
kind of
And
the what we're hoping for.
Julian
You know,
Edelman is aging. He's not getting
he
any
is
better.
aging. He is
Um,
aging. He's still
Still got
very
James White.
reliable, but
Sony Michelle had a bad year, but that was because of the offensive line.
and I think the fact that there is a dual threat quarterback, or there could be a dual threat quarterback, and would help Sony Michelle when it comes to his numbers.
I don't know because they're going to be spying a lot if you have a dual threat quarterback, and if they're spying, that I mean, if Cam still
If they're
has the
spying,
arm, then Cam can get it through some
exactly.
zones, but that's a huge if. And if they're spying, that's going to hurt the run game, and that's going to take away Cam Newton's dual threat ability if he can't throw the football. It's a lot of ifs. Like I said, win-win for the Patriots. If he does bad, bye-bye. See you later, Cam. I just don't see the
If
Patriots
he does good, do
winning
you
more
see the
than 9
Patriots
games.
signing him long term?
He's what, 30, 31, 30 years old,
31.
something like that.
31.
That's max. He'll get like a 3-4 year deal if he does do good. And that's being very generous. He'd have to have like a really good season, like take us to the playoffs, have some type of run.
Definitely has to win.
Bill's
the
never
AFC
been a
East.
number guy, so I don't think he has to put up the craziest numbers in the world.
He just has to be a
win
consistent
football
leader.
games.
Yeah.
That and those turnovers, because he's never had a season without double-digit turnovers in his career. So that's a big thing. Taking care of the football is huge with Bill.
Yeah.
We've seen what he's done to running backs who fumble more than once in a game. You never see them ever again.
Ever again.
What was that guy's name? Something Gray. Something Gray.
Yeah.
He was on the cover of a
I'm-
magazine because he had like 4 touchdowns, then fumbled.
He had
and was
4
never
touchdowns
seen
in a
up again.
game. No, it's because he was like late to a meeting or something.
So we'll see what happens.
Because after that game, he woke up late the next day for practice, and that was like one strike. And then the following game, he like fumbled twice, and it was over for him. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. Now, here's a big question: Patriots or Bucks? Who's gonna go further? Who's gonna have the better year? Taking into account the defense, taking into account the coach, and obviously, if Cam Newton is under center for the Patriots,
Bucks do have just this really really old washed quarterback. So it all depends on
what's
him.
his name?
Thomas Edward Brady.
Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Okay, but I mean they have a really offensively they're great with Godwin and Evans and all those guys. They're
and
stacked.
obviously tight end. Their tight end position and wide receiver position, they are stacked.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it's just give me a prediction. Who's gonna have the better year?
I mean, it's very easy to say the Buccaneers because the Patriots have nothing.
Well, we also have to think about the fact of the divisions they're playing in. Where the Bucks are playing in a division where you have the Saints with Drew Brees, they have the Panthers with Teddy Bridgewater, and they have what's the other team? I'm blanking on the team. The Titans.
Yes, because they're trash. It's not the Titans.
It's not.
There was a meme of the quarterbacks and it was funny. It was like I gotta find that meme, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Tannehill with the
division. If you go division wise, the Patriots aren't doing any better either. They still got Buffalo.
Buffalo is definitely the biggest problem in terms of the AFC East.
Buffalo is probably the favorite to win the AFC East.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I do know that the odds to make it to the Super Bowl went in favor to the Patriots when Cam Newton signed. I think it went from 25-1 odds to 20-1 odds, something like that. So it definitely, something went down in Vegas once Cam Newton was signed. So, I mean, people still have faith in Cam Newton. They believe that if he is healthy, and that's another thing, whether or not he's 100% healthy by the start of the season. So.
It's the Falcons, the Bucks, the Panthers,
the Falcons,
and
Matt Ryan.
Saints.
The Falcons. Yeah, I mean that's a stacked. That is a stacked division.
I mean,
If
I
we're just looking
guess
at the teams in the
the
group.
Falcons didn't do anything last year, and I didn't see them getting any better.
The Falcons have they did a lot of different moves, and I'm pretty sure they ended up having the most first rounders on their offense than any other team in the league right now. I'm pretty sure that happened before all this. Yeah, that happened during the offseason. So the Falcons have loaded up. Whether or not they'll be any good is a completely different story.
Yeah,
So
and so like I said,
and we also have to see how Teddy Bridgewater does. I mean, he does have Christian McCaffrey on.
that's all he has is Christian McCaffrey, and that
Yeah.
defense is really suspect. So, other than the Saints, they really don't have a challenge out there, and the Patriots have the Bills to deal with. The Jets are trash, so I don't have to worry about that. The Dolphins, low-key could be a sleeper.
They could be.
We'll see what happens with the
They
Dolphins,
signed a
but
lot of
a lot of
Patriots.
ex-Patriots.
That's Patriots. So we'll see what ends up happening. All right,
But
so kind
just-
of moving.
Just jumping out on the limb, the Bucks will definitely probably.
The Bucks will have
better
a
season.
better season. I'm going to go with the Patriots just because there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of. I mean, this whole thing is just based on speculation, but whether or not Tom Brady is going to kind of go back up just because he has weapons, whether or not Rob Gronkowski is going to be anywhere near what he was after taking a year off, whether or not Tom Brady can fit the system that I'm blanking on the name of the coach for the Buccaneers. But whether or not he can fit into that system is going to be another
Arians.
Bruce Arians, yeah. So
Um,
we'll see.
I mean, but I feel like there's more questions when it comes to the Patriots.
There's definitely more questions.
So
I
that's
just
why.
feel like the division overall, as much as Buffalo is a better team, I don't know if they're a better team under pressure. They
What is
certainly didn't
Buffalo's
show it in the-
pressure right now?
I'm just saying, in general, in high stake games, I don't know what their schedule looks like. I guess we'd also have to look at that. But
You can, I guess, yeah, Buffalo's a way better team than the Patriots are right now.
you wanna you wanna make a bet?
That the Bills have a better record than the
No,
Patriots.
no. That the Bucks have a. You're saying the Bucks. I'm saying the Patriots.
I mean, yeah, the Bucks are probably gonna have a better record. I'll take that bet. That's easy money.
You'll take that bet. All right.
Barring any
We'll come
injury,
back.
Bucks will
Barring,
A way
Well,
better record than the Patriots. I think
we're gonna
the
come back to this.
The Patriots will struggle to finish with 9 wins. Go ahead.
All right. So, going into the next kind of item on our list, J.R. Smith to the Lakers. He's finalizing a deal that would send him to the Lakers. How do you? What's your take on that?
My take is good for JR. Get that money.
Good for J.R.
But he's brought in to replace Avery Bradley, which that I don't understand. If that's really the case. Bradley's very defensive oriented. J.R. Smith isn't. Granted, you get shooting on both sides, even though JR is probably more streaky than Avery is. I mean,
Does it help the Lakers long term? I mean, they do have that 5.5 lead in the Western Conference, so they're fine. They're going to the
Yeah.
playoffs. That's a given. Does it help them in the playoffs?
I don't think
Getting closer to the finals.
I mean, he has a chip under his belt. He's played with LeBron before. Outside of the, game one mishap against the Warriors, he was pretty
Warriors.
solid with LeBron. Yeah, he's gonna take stupid shots, but that comes with the territory when you have him. It doesn't hurt, I guess. That roster is still stacked, assuming that all of them are still, down to keep playing and not scared of the coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Like I said, the roster's still stacked. How they squeeze him in minutes wise, I don't know. But luckily I'm not the coach for the Lakers.
Henny God making his return. Okay. Speaking of the NBA, it's official. The NBA season is going to kick off late July. We're gonna have basketball back. I mean, we do have the schedule. They were given to us a couple of days ago. So, yeah. How do you feel?
Uh,
What's this feeling like? The fact that we're going to get basketball back.
I mean, it's gonna be it's a great feeling. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
I mean, they
Um,
are planning on playing obviously in Orlando, and which is Florida numbers for coronavirus is it's spiking upward, so that is cause for concern. Whether or not they'd have to reschedule again, cancel the season, or just move it to somewhere else is
yeah.
up in the air to be determined. But
Granted, they have a
as of
month to
right
figure
now,
it out, but
yeah, as of right now, we do have basketball coming back. So yeah, what teams are we looking at here?
well,
I
for
know it's
Thursday off the
22
back, they're
teams, right?
giving you LA versus LA, which is nice.
I mean, of course they got to start it off
Uh,
kind of big.
you got the 22 teams coming back. A lot of players still are, you know, confirming whether they're going to play or not. Um, and a bunch of kids, a bunch of players tested positive for corona. I think it was like 16 teams had a player that tested positive.
Hmm.
Um, it's tough to have. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I really don't. It's almost impossible to protect the players from the virus. I say, much as I would love to have sports back, it's just not safe
It's not.
for anybody.
Uh, I mean,
You can't keep a group of 22 teams have what about 15 players on each team. I don't want to do that math. That's a lot. But keeping all these grown men in check, locked up in a little island in Disney, like it's not gonna work. They're gonna want to go out and do their own thing, especially if they're in Florida. They're gonna want to go out and do things. Coming in,
well,
bringing
I mean, if
something
they're
back in.
smart and they want to play basketball, they won't.
I mean,
But we
once
all
again,
know that people aren't
these
smart.
are men with a lot of money that
Yeah.
aren't gonna want to sit in one spot. I mean, all you need is one person to fuck up and do something. All you need is one. Be it a
Rudy Gobert.
coach, be it a player, be it anybody. You just need one person. They play one game, they spread it, and the temperature checks are cool and all, but some people are asymptomatic, and some people also don't get temperatures when they get the virus. Like that's just something you can't get. I caught
Yeah.
it. I didn't have a temperature at all, not once.
Like no temperature at all.
No, so you could have scanned me. Oh, he's perfect, but next thing you know, I'm spreading it to everybody. So
Yeah.
it's I like I said, I say dub the season before somebody gets seriously hurt
Yeah.
or loses
The
their
last
life.
thing the NBA would want is that kind of be worst case scenario, having to shut down the season again. At that point, is it's don't you
Yeah,
know don't even try to restart the
exactly. And
season.
it's yeah, because like with the UFC, it's a tight knit, like it's a tight group. It's just a fighter, their training staff. They let in some media when they did the fights, and then obviously no fans or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's only really two people that are. It's gonna sound weird, but two people who are actually getting intimate with each other while they're fighting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's all you have to
Anywhere
worry
close to
about.
each other. Yeah.
Exactly. Now with you got 30 people per game, you got to worry about, not including media, announcers, all that stuff. It's too much. Same
I
thing with
mean, we'll have
baseball
to see
too.
what ends up happening.
Baseball's trying to come back with their shortened season. Baseball's even worse. It's a 25-man roster if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That's
Not including
that's a
the
30-man
coaching
roster.
staff,
Ooh,
not including media, not including
that's
a lot of things. So, I mean,
hopefully this
we'll
is
we'll end up seeing what
somewhat
happens with all of
controlled
that.
by football comes, because I would love to have football back, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
who
I mean,
knows?
we still have a couple months for that, so
Football's even
I
worse.
was hoping for the best, but I mean, it's gonna depend on a lot on what happens with the basketball season, whether or not it's a success or not. I feel like that's going to play a big part on whether or not the NFL is going to continue with their plans. So,
It's a lot, but yay, basketball's coming back. Kind of. We'll see.
who's going to the finals? If you know,
Barring no
barring
one,
nothing
yeah.
happens.
I mean, I think the favorites are probably still the Lakers and the. It's been so long since I talked about basketball.
Bucks.
The Lakers and the Bucks. Definitely
You
two
don't see any
favorites.
other team that can kind of potentially make
Uh,
it.
Health
Let's
wise,
say on the left on the Western Conference.
Western. I mean, you also got the Clippers. Obviously, they can take it. Denver's really good. Once again, it's Utah was also pretty good until Rudy got caught the Rona. Um,
He has problems smelling still. He can't smell.
that shit is no joke.
Yeah.
Looking at the teams. I
I mean
don't.
the Heat. Well, that's on the Eastern, but
Well,
I'm just like reading off.
Miami is a sleeper. They're a really good team. The Celtics. I just don't see the Celtics making that jump.
I don't see that. I mean, right now, who's number two seed in the East? Is it Toronto?
Definitely. Toronto's another one that probably could. And the only reason why I put in terms of out east, the Raptors have the best shot is because defensively they still have that same outside of Kawhi, they still have bodies to throw at the freak to keep him
Yeah.
out of the paint. That's what got them that dub last year was having all those bodies, and they have like I think what 5 or 6 players that have scored double digits a game on that squad. They low key could probably do it. Um, yeah, other than outside of the Raptors, the Heat will probably be the next people for me that I'd say, just because. Yeah, the Heat probably be the next ones up.
I'd love to see a series between the Raptors and the Bucks, and also both LA teams, obviously.
Um,
I mean, I still feel like the Clippers are probably going to go to the finals. I feel like people are banking too much on the Lakers. I feel like the Clippers are going to come under them and actually steal it. Whether or not on the Eastern side the Bucks make it, I'm not 100% sure. I think it would be more interesting if it was Bucks versus Clippers than Bucks versus Lakers. I don't know.
I mean,
Regardless,
you
it's
know,
gonna be fun. It's gonna be after having like 5 6 years of the Warriors going to the finals. Last year was
it's
such
also
a
like, so let's say, I don't know how the playoffs are. I'm not the seeding and everything's gonna work with the new thing, but let's say the finals. Well, not finals. Let's say the playoffs start now. The Lakers have the easiest road. Like the Clippers are gonna have to take
they
some
do.
shots because from 7 to 2, what separates 7 and 2 is just 4 games. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the eighth seed is the bum ass Grizzlies, which would play the Lakers, and the Lakers will bust that ass. And the Clips have to go against the Mavs, and then moving on to the next round, depending on who wins, they'd have to take on the Rocket or the Thunder or the Jazz, depending on seeding goes, because that only separates them 1 seed apart. Uh, the Clippers have the toughest road with that 2 seed, and
Oh, I'm also looking at the Raptors. The Raptors, their road isn't very easy either.
the
They could
East is
very.
trash.
I mean,
The East
oh, I'm
is
not. I'm
trash.
talking about. I'm not talking about.
You
I'm
said the
just talking about
Raptors.
right now. The game schedule that we have right now. I'm talking about the season restart. I'm not
Uh-huh.
talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about the season restart. I'm looking at the Raptors, and I'm pretty sure they play both LA teams.
Yeah, I don't know how this restart thing is gonna work, but if they do, they do. But I was saying if like the seating ends now.
Oh, if the seeding ends now, I mean the East is yeah. There's only like you said the three teams that are that
Yeah,
you know
yeah. So you
Bucks,
got the Bucks, Raptors, Celtics,
Raptors,
and
and
Heat. You can,
yeah.
I mean, granted, the Pacers and Sixers are only 2 games back, but after you get to that 6 seed, it's just as City because the Nets are 30, 34, the Magic are
And
30 and
they're without
35.
both their best players.
Yeah, so it's just trash City after that.
Right.
But we'll see, man. Basketball's coming back. It's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting to see what happens in the world of sports. Happy to see that baseball finally got that stuff resolved, and they'll be coming back too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, 'Cause
It's a little it's it's unfortunate I not being able to go to any games. I know last year we went to that unfortunate Subway Series game.
that Mets one.
Yeah. But as long as sports comes back, the safest way possible, as
Yeah.
long as the players are being protected, obviously the fans are being protected. I think this is the right way to do it if you are going to restart in any way, shape, or form. Whether or not it pans out, it's up to the players themselves, being and the actual organization being vigilant when it comes to testing and making sure that no players that are sick aren't in contact with other players.
It's good. I see it as an almost impossible task, but maybe they have something. Maybe they know something that I don't.
Maybe.
But
Well, anyway, that kind of wraps up what we were going to talk about today. Again, it wasn't much. It was just trying to get back into sports. We wanted to focus a little more on that. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to when it comes to sports. Definitely a lot more than we have had in the last 3-4 months. So, hopefully, we'll be able to talk some more about just more developments and honestly games that are going to go on in the next month or. Oh.
And also in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see it definitely change the scenery. We won't be doing this style anymore.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be adding a lot more faces and voices to the channel and stuff you'll be hearing and seeing. If you checked out last week's video, or a couple days ago, posted the video with the gameplay. We're going to see a lot more videos like that, courtesy of a guy named Christian, who will be on the channel pretty soon.
Yep.
He's really talented with stuff like that, and they're also really funny to watch.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a new one of those coming pretty soon too.
Yeah, we're excited for all the changes.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely excited for all the changes coming to the channel. We are trying to improve every single time. Every time we release a video, my biggest problem was saying way too much. I've been working on that. We've been working on just the production value
also,
of the entire thing.
Biggest problem is time. We need to be on time more.
We do need to be on time more. I mean, we're both partially responsible for that.
Yeah, that's why I said our. I didn't say you. I said our biggest problem.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
So definitely we need to work on that. But once we get where we're going, we don't want to give it away too soon. But we got something fancy going on, though, So when that drops, timing won't be the issue anymore. So we'll have a strict schedule when we put these videos out for you guys when you see them. But right now we just want to show you the different type of content we have and just that way that we're not just a one-dimensional channel. We're doing a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how we came up with the name for the channel.
Exactly.
We're not focusing on one thing. We're dipping our toes in everything. So.
Exactly. I don't like the visual of dipping toes in things. So if you want to use a
all
different
right, well, cut that out if you want. We are.
Then you're gonna get some foot fetish people in here, like, ooh, we're talking about toes.
I mean, more subscribers,
Put your feet in the camera. I don't want to deal with that. That's gonna be weird. I don't want that. That's for my
I don't think that's how it works.
But
yeah, subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yes, it's only $20 a month. I feel like I said this a couple of videos ago. Very tasteful stuff.
Very tasteful. Black and white.
Black and whites. Polaroids. I don't know what people do. Is that a thing?
Polaroids was a thing. Like a year ago. It was like making a comeback.
That's the butt stuff. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. See you guys next time. Would you like to say anything on
no, just like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit helps us.
what he said.